All right, here we go again. Buckle up, rough roads ahead. I'm on my phone here. It looks like, again, it's a bad time to figure it out, but it looks like the price gougers, part of that is they were extorted. They could just be afraid that they're going to get investigated and get in trouble. It does revolve, the prices dropping revolve around Trump and his people being, expected to be put out of power. So the question is, what is that? Were they price gouging of their own doing, or were every time somebody would say from the Republican Party that inflation is going to go crazy, the sheriff follows them around, or a private investigator, or a Republican Party member, and then stuff comes up on their screen that the Russians put there. We remember you took a trip to Bermuda. What happened there? Just kind of fishing for something to make them feel uncomfortable. So if they don't raise their prices and price gouge, then they don't have a lot. So again, it could be, and it could be both. It could be both. So one of my theories was that they were being extorted, including the gas people. Well, at a certain point, it doesn't make any sense because they're not making more money; they're making a mess. Now, politically, they may have wanted Trump in, and they figured they'd do that, or like I said, they may have been extorted. So it's either greed, political desire, or extortion, and maybe all the above. Well, it definitely doesn't fall that fast. Naturally, I mean, extortion's big today, and the Russians are extorting, and the Chinese are extorting on behalf of their buddy Trump. But I think the other thing is that if Trump doesn't win, Putin would love for Trump to fly to Russia, and then it would shield him for the rest of his life. That would be a score for the Soviets. Again, Putin's just a Soviet. He's never changed. He's still working the Soviet mission. I'm not saying that everybody in other locations that are running. Again, if I say Putin is something, it doesn't mean that the other people are or anything either, or anything decent either. There's my team, your team stuff. I don't play it. Again, there are people that probably scumbagged our relationship with Russia. Well, you got spies who held grudges from the Cold War, and other places. They know the Russians took out some of their spies, not only in Russia and other countries. Like when you see Iran score something, a lot of times it's Russia that gave them the intelligence. Nah, Trump doesn't help us, man. We need somebody in there that's going to take care of the people. Biden doesn't really take care of the people. Trump doesn't really take care of the people. Well, if you do the charity programs and you run a corrupt administration, it doesn't. It's just a game then. Robbing Peter to pay Paul and make yourself look good. Now we got to stop the narcotics, and it's obviously corruption is what's empowering it. A lot of cops figure, they'll get theirs and have a great life, and nothing will, they'll be okay because all they got to do is something that they can't be tied to narcotics or whatever. But they know it's tied to narcotics and sex trafficking. It's manipulating the crime to make themselves look good while getting paid for letting the other crime exist. And then they play that game. Well, that guy over there and that guy over there have to be treated this way because of those crimes over there, but those crimes over there have nothing to do with those people. Without the crime, then it's not as exigent, or they can't make it appear as exigent. So what we need to do also, again, we got to get into them schools, and we've got to get those teachers straight. They can't be touching those children. I believe every American has the capability to be a law-abiding citizen, including those on our soil from foreign countries, but we have to provide the world for them to do that and to be that. I believe there's a ton of psychological manipulation and witchcraft. Like what I couldn't get in the end times is how they would target each individual, but I've seen it. It's crazy how the beast would do that, and I've seen it. I know how the beast operates. I know what they're doing to me as part of the beast, but it's also part of organized crime, racketeering, narcotics distribution, sex trafficking, that kind of thing. So, again, they're playing a game instead of actually working in law enforcement. So I found some half-inch thick poplar that wasn't priced too bad. The aspen was actually more expensive. And that's what I need for the backing on my half columns. I'm going to cut it to the same size of the column, a half column, and then use some caulking type glue to affix the half column when I figure out what size I need. and then I'll be able to mount it with a screw or a bolt or something like that. And then that'll be nice. Won't have to glue it to the main structure. If I ever want to change it out later, I can. Boy, it's quiet around here. What's going on? Did some of the spies move on? There's Amazon. And what's that lady I know? I was wondering where she was. She walks her dog, but I haven't seen her in a while. I haven't been outside a lot. I've been trying to do the art. I was looking at her going, how do I know that person? And then I saw her little corgi. I got with that dog. Hey, wow! It's one of those dogs. Yeah, I got to get that art together and get it finished. I wanted to raise up the base because I don't like that it's so low to the ground. But I'd have to cut down. I have to do something. I have to cut the columns maybe too short, I think, or I get rid of the angel. And then, well, stay peaceful. Pray